Thanks for joining me for this video. It will be a quick introduction to whole numbers. So whole numbers are your counting numbers plus 0. So you see the set that includes the number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the dot, dot, dot means it continues in the same pattern. So you keep adding 1 and it goes forever. We also have the visual representation, which is the number line. You can see that there are dots on the number line representing the whole numbers. So you have the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it continues in that pattern to the right. It does not continue to the left. Notice that 0 is the smallest whole number. So it starts at 0, but then it continues forever to the right on the number line. On the number line, notice that to the left, the numbers get smaller, and to the right, the numbers get larger. So we read the number line from left to right. We have a place value chart. So here is the periods. So at the top, these are called the periods. So you have the ones, which is 3 digits, the thousands, which is 3 digits, the millions, which is 3 digits, the billions, which is 3 digits. So you can see each period has 3 numbers within that period, and it continues in that vein as large as you'd like to go. Within each period, you have 3 digits, and they're all different. So you start with the ones, tens, hundreds, and then you have a comma. So commas denote a new period. And then you have the thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and then you go to the millions. So notice that the first number, or the rightmost number in each period, is the name of the period. So your thousands are right after the comma or right before the comma, however you're thinking about it. The millions, period, has the millions place there, the billions, the trillions, etc. So it's important to know the different place values for reading a number or communicating a number or rounding a number. So there are quite a few reasons to know how to write or read numbers. So this is just an introduction to that. We're going to practice with it. So answer each of the following. In the number 63,407,218, find the place value of each digit. So the first digit is a 7. So here's the 7. And if we look at the chart or not, we know that the 7 is in the thousands place. Next we have 0. So here's 0. 0 is in the 10,000s place. Then it asks for the 1, that's over here. That's in the tens place. Then it asks for the 6, that's in the 10 millions place. And then it asks for the 3. And that's in the millions. So it might be helpful if throughout the video you can pause it, try these on your own, and then watch or listen to the explanation to see if you got it correct. If you didn't, that's fantastic. If you did not get it right, great, because then you're going to hear what you should do and you're going to learn. If you made a mistake and then you watch the solution and figure out how to do it, your brain is learning. So that's great. I'm happy that you made a mistake and that you're catching it. It's not great if you make a mistake and you never catch it, because then you're not going to learn. So again, feel free to pause the video, try these on your own, and then watch for the explanations and to check your work. If you're interested in more examples or explanations, some of these examples were taken from this OpenStax textbook. Feel free to screenshot that and visit the website for more details or explanations. All right, number 2, write the number described using digits. So you can see that A and B are both in words, and we want to write them using numbers. So 9,246,073,189. So notice the commas in the wording also denote the periods. So we have 189, so that's your ones period. After the ones period is the thousands period. We have 73,000. So since there's not anything there, we put a 0. So 73,000. After the thousands period is the millions period, and that's 246 million. And then after that is the billions period, and it says 9. So 9 billion. I like to work from left to right, as you saw. I like to do the ones first, and then look for the thousands, and then millions, and then billions, and trillions, etc. Because then I make sure I don't miss anything. So for part B, I would highly recommend that you pause this, try it on your own, and then check. So for the 8,830,106, it's very tempting to just write it 830,106. I included all the words that were there. However, notice that this 8 is in the millions place. It's supposed to be in the billions place. So that would not be the correct way to write that number. So again, I highly recommend, working from the ones place. So 106, that's the ones period. Next should be the thousands period, and I do have something about thousand. So 830,000. Next should be the millions. Notice that I don't have any description of the millions, so I'm going to have 3 zeros as placeholders. Next is the billions period, and I do have a billion. It says 11, so 11 billion. Oh, and I think I put 8 earlier, so I didn't even read that correctly. It should be 11, not 8. Okay, so there is the number written using digits. Now number 3, we have this really big number, and they want us to write it using words. So the first thing I would encourage you to do is pause this and write down each period, because that's going to help you describe the number. Once you write down each period, then try to write down the number. So this first period is the ones. Next is the thousands. And then next is the millions. Next is billions with a B. And then last we have trillions. So each section or each period has a 3-digit number, and you're just going to write the 3-digit number like you would if it was by itself. Or in the trillions case, we only have 2-digit number. So there are 17 in the trillions period. So you would put 17 trillion, and then you put a comma. We're going to the next period, which is billions. 864. So you'd put 864, and that's in the billions. So 864 billion, comma. Now we're moving to the next period, which is the millions period. It's 325. So 325, and that's in the millions, so million. So you can see that each time you're just writing a 3-digit number and then following it with the word for that period. So 17 trillion, 864 billion, 325 million. Then we have 619. So 619,000, because that's in the thousands place. 4. In the ones place, you don't put 4 ones. You just put 4. Notice I did not use the word and. It's very tempting to say 17,864,325,619,004. That would not be correct. The word and is used to indicate a decimal. So if you say the word and, you're telling the person that you have a decimal. So you never say and when you're reading or saying a whole number. So no and here. Okay, and then the last part of this section is rounding. So we want to make sure that you can round appropriately. So here I'm going to go through these steps on our first example, number 4. So identify and underline the number in the given place value, the place that you want to round to. All digits to the left of this number do not change. Okay, so in number 4, it says round 23,658 to the nearest hundred. So we're going to underline the number that's in the hundreds place. That's the 6. So 6 is in the hundreds place. Then it says circle the digit to the right of the given place value. So we're going to circle the 5. If the circled number is between 0 and 4, you keep the underlined number the same, and then you change everything to the right of the underline with zeros. If the circled number is between 5 and 9, you're going to change the underlined number by adding 1. So you're going to move it up a digit, and then everything after the underline will be 0. So since my circled number is a 5, it's between 5 and 9, so I'm going to round this up, meaning I'm going to write 2, 3, so those digits stay the same. 6 becomes 7, and the 5 and the 8 become zeros. So rounding this to the nearest hundred would be 23,700. So that 5 rounds a 6 up to a 7. Okay, let's look at number 5. Round 783,499 to the nearest thousand. So 3 is in the thousands place. I'm going to circle the 4. Since the 4 is between 0 and 4, I'm going to keep the underlying number the same. So that means I'm going to have 783,000, and then the 4 and the 2 nines all go to 0. So rounding this to the nearest thousand is 783,000. And then the last one, round 399 to the nearest 10. So 9, the 9 in the middle is in the tens place. So we're going to use the 9 after that to round. Since it's a 9, we need to add 1 to the 9. Well, if we add 1 to that, it becomes a 0, which means we need to carry the 1 to the 3. So think of this as the 39. It's going to round up to 400. So again, this 9 that's circled makes this 9 round up to a 0. And since it's a 9, it's going to really 10, you carry the 1 to the 3. So rounding 399 to the nearest 10 would be 400. Note that if you were rounding 399 to the nearest hundred, notice what happens. 3 is in the hundreds place, and you would be using this 9 to round. So that 9 would round the 3 up to a 4, so it would round to 400. So you would get the same answer. So if you're rounding to the nearest 10 or if you're rounding to the nearest 100, either way, 399 would round to 400.